in. So always delaying, so you can't really guess. Okay, starting. I think it's starting now. I cannot see myself yet. Come on, come on. 2 minutes late. There we go. Hey, what is up, traders? Welcome to Forex Gym for today's live Forex analysis, which is on 7th of April 2020. So we're gonna be jumping in and analyzing, starting off with the 4 currencies, which I normally analyze every Monday to Friday. And then if you got any questions, you can just comment it on the chat, and then I will try to analyze any questions or any currencies you want me to analyze. So I'm gonna start with New Zealand dollar against US dollar. So let's go to the MetaTrader. So New Zealand against US. We've got nice moves on here. We've seen it yesterday on New Zealand. It's been going up. So let's start with the daily time frames. So we can see that this monthly pivot, okay, it's not confirmed that it's broken yet because the daily candle is still in play and it's gonna be until the next day, until it's closed. But for now, it's looking pretty solid. We see that this is it's edging higher, but then it can also, of course, change. But for now, the way it looks now, it's coming as pretty strong. So I see that it will for sure, not for sure, but it looks like it wants to edge at least for these highs here, which is at 60035. So if we go to the 4-hourly time frame, okay, the price came up to this weekly R1 now, but the way it looks very strong. We can see this is a 4-hourly candle and it's closed very solid, and it's a good chance that the price is going to break that. It should not have a big problem to go through this weekly R1, so I think it's going to continue. So what we want to wait. Right, so it looks solid. I did not have much time to have a look at briefly, so this is like a raw analysis, so just like starting from almost zero. So we can have a look like what I'm doing and how the analysis goes about. So for now, what I see at the moment, I want to see a bit of a retracement. So this area down here at 59 and is at 59.88 for this zone would be a good area if the price gives a chance and retraces. Let me just quickly have a look at the 4-hourly time frame, see what we have up here. So we said 59.82, which is half of this candle. That's pretty good. So we'll be looking 59.80. 82, 80, actually 88, 59.88. So we got these lows down here, we got also these highs, and there is also, yeah, it comes up with these highs. So these highs and this cluster of lows down here. So that's a good area for the support. It's not that far away as well, so it's around 12 pips away, so it will be playing pretty much. If it starts retracing, then I might be just looking to get onto the, okay, this is also, we got this new fresh 4-hourly pivot, so price might also gravitate towards it. So we go down to this actually let's go to the 15-minute time frames. I don't like to take the 5-minute time frames as of the event for the entry because they change a lot. So I'm looking normally 15 minutes or half an hour time frames to get onto the whichever side I use it for the entry. So for now, that's a good area if the price gives a chance and retraces down to these 59.80, 59.88. The price might gravitate towards this 4-hourly pivot, but it's only like 5 or 6 pips away. So if we take a stop loss around 10, let's call it 59.88, and we'll be looking at 78, even if we take 10 pip stop, that should be still good enough for the trade. As of the targets, let's say 60.35, call it 60.35. So we'll be looking about 40 pips gain with about 10 or 12 pips stop loss. So depending on your brokerage, how much you're paying the spreads or the commission, you need to keep that in mind as well, because when you are day trading, that little spread does make a difference. The market likes to, and I find it's still annoying at times that, let me just bring up the snippet that will be easier to show. So what the price likes to do, oops, I lost that one now. Where is it? So price likes to, let's say you have your stop loss down here, just for the pure of the example. So when the price comes down here and goes pretty close to your stop loss, maybe like 2 pips away, and if you have like a spread, let's say 2 pips, it only needs to come down to this very close to your stop loss, and then your stop loss going to trigger, and then it can continue towards your target. And that's pretty annoying. It happened to me a number of times, but it's nothing much we can do, but we can put it into consideration that we can allow that extra few pips. There will be time that you will get it always exactly amount, but still, if we put it into consideration, then we can minimize that risk to getting stopped out because of that spread 1 or 2 pips. Depending what currency you're trading, is different for every currency. Generally, major currency has a lower spread rather than for the minor currencies. So keep that in mind. So again, back to the analysis. So we said if the price comes down to the 59.88 zone, so down to these lows and also this high, then we'll be looking to the long side to run it to 60.35. Yeah, 60.35. About 60, yeah, 60.35 or 60.30. We also have this daily R2, which could create some struggle a bit. So, but for the risk reward perspective, is still looking good. Even if you take up this, your take profit at daily R2 is still going to be a good risk reward. As long as you use 10 or 12 pip stop, then it would be good. So for the next currency, which one we had for the next, oops, no, the wrong one. For the next currency, I need to look at the Euro against US dollar. Let's go to Euro against US dollar. Oh, actually, let me first set the alerts. What was it? Okay, now we can see that the price is actually flying. That was the yesterday's that was supposed to be my trigger, but we can see that it got so close, but it has not triggered. I was waiting for the price to come down to this area, because you're not always there to see look at your charts for 24 hours. So you put your that triggers that will notify you to when the price gets to your desired area. You can use, there are sort of apps as well, you can use it, they help as well, or you can use these on a MetaTrader. You got that signals that it starts beeping when the price gets to your zone, but we can see that it did not happen, and then yeah, the analysis was right. Well, that happens and nothing you can do about it. So for now, we can see that the price, I don't think actually it's going to come down now, because it's flying pretty high. So let's put this one up here, so just in case if it comes back. So let's move to the euro against US dollar. So we got euro against US. Starting with the daily charts, for now this one looking pretty strong. All the US dollar currencies, they're looking pretty strong. We can see that this is edging higher. If we drill down to the 4-hourly time frame, we had this trend line on the 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame, but now we can see that it has been breached and price is continuing to edge higher. There's a good chance that the price wants to go at least for this weekly pivot here. It's a good generally people the traders like to target that weekly or monthly or even daily pivots, but the daily pivots is already, not always, but generally especially now that the price is looking pretty strong. So it would be at least coming up here, which is still a good, it's about good 40 pips, 40 to 45 pips away. So we want to, what was the area? I do want to see this one to retrace. For now, I would want to see this one to retrace at 108.35 area. However, this is the chance of doing that. It's still, that's not looking pretty strong actually. So might even won't do that. Let's see how this is gonna perform. Maybe after the price takes out this 4-hourly spike high, it might have a retracement and then come down to these lows. We see that we have this 4-hourly low down here, so that should be acting as good support zone. So let's see if it's gonna do that, and if it continues to, let's put the, so it's 108.35 zone, roughly about that zone. So if the price continues go higher, then let's see what we have on the hourly time frame. So we have these daily R3. So now we are breaching this daily R2, but that's not confirmed yet for another 45 minutes. So we can see that one. If this price starts edging higher and shows more strength, that will be a bit of a tricky one now. So we need to, let's have a look. Maybe these highs. Right. So we got these highs here. That should act as but that does not look very strong, so that's why I don't really like this area to oh wait, 52, that's also big. Okay, for now, if the price starts, oh no, actually I see this one. So we got down this low. So if the price has to come up, let's say if it comes up to these so we got this high up here, and we also got this pretty close to this daily R3. So if the price comes up there and then closes strongly, shows more strength for the bullish strength, then I want to see a bit of a retracement. We have this low, this bit low down here. It's not very very good, but because we have this high here and there's this cluster. No, it's not that cluster. Okay, I would admit though it does not look very strong, so I need to more observation. But if the price comes up and takes out this high and then retraces to down to these lows, even though now I don't see much of an opportunity for this one, because the chances of that price doing that is a bit lower, because we can see that the price is now more strength and is going higher. However, we have 3 hours and 45 minutes, so the price can do that. It's a long time to do the move. So we still have 3 hours and 45 minutes, but for now, the way it looks, it does not look like that it wants to retrace that far. But there's still a chance for that one. So, and if you are a more aggressive trader, you can just jump in and use the shorter time frame. I don't personally do that. I don't like doing that because it affects your risk rewards, and for me, risk reward is very, very important. It plays a big role when you're gonna make money or not at the end. So if you are more aggressive, then you can try to jump into the trade, because now it's looking pretty strong. And you can use this stop for this an hourly low down here, so you can get away with about 20 pip stop. It's pretty decent. So you can use that. I personally don't like doing that, but there are so many different styles. People have a different style of trading and different strategies. So it's again up to you and comes down to your strategy, your setup. Mine does not work that way because I don't. It's ingrained. My strategy is designed around my personality and my style of trading. So I like getting onto the pullbacks because it gives me a good risk reward, and at the end, for let's say like next 20 or 50 trades, it does make a big difference. It might not make a difference in the next 1 or 2 or 3 trades, but overall, as at the big picture for the next 50 or even 100 trades, that does make a big difference. So again, we're gonna wait for this one. If the price retraces, for now it's looking less and less chance that the price is gonna do that, but there is a plenty of currencies. We're going to analyze the different ones. So let's discuss the stop losses, and we've seen already entries. So the entry is going to be at 108.35 if it's going to do that. So 35, and we will be looking 20 pips. We'll be looking about 20 pips stop on that. And we can place this down to below this this low down here. 20 or 25 is still gonna be good. For the targets, we're gonna target at 109. Target the 109.8, 109.08. Generally, when we have this exact number, I know some people they target it exactly. Let's say this pivot, this weekly pivot is at 109.11. So people just the traders they target the exact that number, so 109.11. But what happens that a lot of traders who know the game or been to the trading for some time, they know that a lot of traders they take off the orders before that, so let's say 5 or few pips before that. So most of the traders may be taking off the trades at 109.05, let's say, and then if it's too many orders, too many take profits comes off at that level, then there's a chance that if your take profit is at 109.11, the price might get to this 109.07 and then just turn around and go to the opposite direction. And also be mindful that if it's a round number, people like to target the round numbers as well, like 109.10, because it's easier to remember rather than 109.09 or 08. So always pick that not round number. So in this case, I will pick 109.08. My personal would be on that one because there will be as many take profits on there rather on the 109.10 for instance. So we can do that. Always give it a few pips bit below, but maybe because it's looking too strong, you might not be on this, but it's always to keep in mind for the future. So the profit is gonna be around that area, 109, let's say call it 109.05. So if you get onto the 35, we'd be looking about 70 pip gain with a 20 or 25 pip stop loss. It's still 1 to 3 or above, depending if you use 20 or 25 pip stop, which is pretty good. So let's move to the next currency, which was US dollar against Canada. US against Canada. This currency is flying down. We had this, so it can't really, it has not really breached this trend line. Okay, it breached on this. We can see that on the 4-hour time frame. It breached, but then we had this gap. So it closed down up here, and then it gapped, but then we can see they just returned back and just continues to fall. So for now, I'm looking more of a shorts rather than a long term. Okay, by the time, is that the one I put it today or yesterday? Let's see. No, I think it's today. So I want to see a retracement of these as well up to these highs. That would be a good retracement, but then again, now this is already a bit too far. It looks kind of similar to the previous currency we discussed. Okay, so 140.70, about 70, 140.70. So it's still quite far away now. Either if it retraces up to this level, then we can do a short, get onto the short side if it's a half of the candle. If the currency continues, if this pair continues to fall, let's say down to these, if it continues to fall, then we would be looking to get on. Let's find an optimal. Let's go to the N hourly time frame, see what we have in there. So this is already starting to look too far away. This one looks not bad actually. 140.41. There's a better level on that. 50. Okay, this level is pretty decent as well. Okay, which one was it? Up to this 140.55 zone, around 145.50 zone. We have this cluster of a lot of price action going on here, so that might be acting as a resistance if the price to retrace to this back to this price zone. We're not gonna look very good on the 1 hourly time frame if the price comes up to this level, but on the bigger time frame, on the 4 hourly charts, it does look still decent. But it has to do between this 8 a.m. and midday, so these four hours. If it does not do it, and then this candle closes, let's say if it closes like this, then I would be more cautious, because I don't want to see this this candle like this, or a doji is not going to be good as well. So yeah, I want to see something like a decent move candle, like sort of this type of candle, but on the long side, on the bullish side. So if it comes up here, that will be good, or up to this highs at 140 area. We have this the price action here, so that should be a good area to get on. However, if the price continues to edge higher, there will be a second. So we got the two potential entries on this one now, so 140.40, and if the price comes up in 140.70 will be another potential entry. However, I don't think the price will come up to 140.70. It's a bit too far away now. It's 50 pips away, so I don't think it will do it. But certainly for the 140.40, that's that looks more realistic, unless something some kind of news gonna affect on that. Let's check out the news first, see what we have on the news wise. We don't want to take some trades just before the news is out. So today we got Tuesday. Okay, nothing going on for nothing major for today, so it's looking clear for the news wise. We had the Australian dollar cash rate and RBA rate statements, so but for other than that, nothing going on for today. Let's have a look back to the. So this is the 140.40 for the entry, and let's have a look at the stop loss. 140.40. I think this one's gonna need 60. So if it's up here, we're gonna need a bigger stop. 30. Give it about, this one gonna need at least for 30 pips stop loss on this one. 30 pips, and if the price manages to push up to these highs where supposed to be our second entry, then either personally I like to take, I'll give it another go depending how it's going to come up. If it's going to take a very short amount of time and just explosive, then I might just watch it. But if it comes up slowly making its way up to these highs, then I would give it another go for these highs here. So that would be, or you can give it extra, let's say 10 pips. If you don't want to get stopped out, then you can give it extra 10 pips and kind of have like that insurance on that. But I personally rather get stopped out and take the loss and then take another trade. But then if we have a look, if the we take the trade in here at 140.70, there's gonna be extra, was it extra 30 pips on the take profit side if you run it to the same take profit area. So that comes down to your preference. So let's discuss the take profit. So the price been tested a couple of times. This low has been tested on the no, it has not. I do want to see this this to come down for the minimum at 39.85. No, that's not good. I'm expecting for this one to break these lows, so I want to see this price to come down and take out this low at the very minimum. The way it looks like now is looking pretty strong, so I do expect the price to do that. I do expect the price to come down and at least take out this spike low down here, which is at 139.20 zone. So we can, as of the profit, we can go at 139.25 or 139.26 area. So if we take the trade at 140 or the 140.40 and run it to 100, it's more than 100 pips, so that gives you a very good risk reward on that. So it's still a decent risk reward. If you use it at 30 pips, that gives them more than 1 to 3 risk reward, which is very good. So you can get away with a 40 pip stop if you're okay taking 1 to 2 risk rewards. It's going to be actually 1 to 2.5, so it's pretty good. I personally like taking 1 to 3, but again, back to the personal preference. So it looks, with the risk reward, looks pretty good even for the 140.40, and if you get onto excuse me, if you get onto the 140.70, that's even better. So now let's move to the following currency, which was which one was it? Euro against British pounds. Euro against British pounds. EURGBP. Oh, let me find it. I had a look. Oops. Here we go. EURGBP. So we got, starting with the daily time frame, so the price is coming down. We had this bounce for the last, come down to these, tested these highs here on the daily time frame with the bounce, and now it's looking weak. So the way it looks like it wants to continue to downside. We had this sort of doji candle yesterday, and now the price is coming down. So for now it's still looking weak. It does not really shows me much of a strength for now. So I'm expecting this one to have a follow through towards downside. We can, so this been taken out, so this low has been breached. So we got, let's have a look at the entry. So on the 4-hour chart, we had this channel which has been broken already. So the price came up and tested this weekly pivot on the second occasion. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was a second test, but it still failed to break this weekly pivot. Even though this one is looking weak, now it's kind of a bit of a chop fest. On a shorter time frame, it's a bit of a chop fest, so it's going up and down on the levels. So I do want to see a wait. This is more like a waiting game on this pair. So I want to see either price breaking these highs here at 88 or 88.60 zone. If it wants me to get onto the long side, I want to see first the price breaking this zone. So it's not that far, it's about 50 pips away. So I want to see this one breaking higher. Then I will be looking to the long side place as of the, at least for the short term. But if the price continues to go and fall, I do want to see a bit more of these. Let's go closer, because we had this nice 4-hourly bullish candle here, and now it's gonna, it has this effect when it tested this weekly pivot. I still want to see the price at least returning to this channel. I want to see this break of these lows down here, which is even closer. It's about 30 or 40 pips away. So I want to see break of these lows, which is at 87.75, and then I will be looking to a short side place, targeting highs if it's gonna be on the, so this is this low zone down here. So if the price starts breaking this this area there, let's bring up this down here. So if the price starts breaking this area, which is 8775, and closes, important is if the candle closes, always pay attention how the candles looking. Plays a big role, so you have to pay attention how the candles are looking. And so if the price comes down, let me bring up a snippet, I will draw it, will be easier for you to see what I mean. Okay, let's bring up to, so if the price, let's say, starts falling and it breaks this area here, then I will be looking for the retracement. Any retracement towards, on this case, will be up to this these highs here. That will be good area to get onto the short side. So if it shows this strong strength towards bearish side, then it will be a good. So we want to see candles like this one. So like similar to this this bullish candle here, what we have in here, something like that, that demonstrates a strength that the sellers or buyers taking over, depending if it's bearish or bullish candle. Then normally price has a retracement. Price doesn't continue in a steady way in one direction. Price does have a retracement, and that's what we're targeting to get onto that retracement. So for this particular case, if the price continues to fall and close nicely bearish, and then it has this little retracement, let's say on these highs on this occasion, then we'll be getting onto the short side. So let's have a look at the potentials, but it still has to do quite a few. It's not set it up yet. So, but it can do it in the next few hours. That's why I'm monitoring and see what the price gonna do. So if the price retraces to, we said these highs, so we got these highs and also we got these lows, so it should act as a resistance if of course the price comes down and break these lows and closes nicely. So that's important. I don't want to see any sometimes price comes down and makes it comes down, let's say it comes down here and then goes all the way up and closes, like it makes a spike. So I don't want to see any of that. I want to see a nice strong close, and then we'll be looking to get onto the short side. So on this particular case, if we get onto, let's say 87.65, we'll require about 85, so we will require about 20 to 25 pip stop on this one, and I think this is a hold. Let me see if it's a hold. So this one should not be a problem. 87.55. No, that's not good. So either we're gonna be holding at 87.20. We got this low here. We got this little low here, and we also have these highs. So that should act as a support, but it might easily break that support because it's not very strong. Price might come down here and have another bounce, and that's when it comes in. If you once you get into the trading and you have your maybe like 1 or 2 years experience, depending how fast you're learning, when you have an every bounce, let's say in this case, if it's your bigger picture, it's more like on a swing trades rather than day trades. But let's say if you get onto one here on this, if the price, so in here actually bounce it. So let's say if you get onto this area up here, call it at 88.35, and the price came down to this low, and then it has another bounce up to, let's say, these highs. You can add the positions, so you get one unit up here, and then second unit on another retracement, and the third unit on the third retracement, and that's how we start building the trade. So you can have with the same amount of risk, but then you building that trade. It's actually not that complicated, but you need to have that mentality on trading. You have to develop that mentality, but that takes time to develop. Then when you start building your trade, that is very strong. You can make a lot of money out of that one trade. it's like number of trades, but it's the same currency by then you're building that position. Generally happens on the swing trades. It does not happen with scalp trading. Day trade unlikely, but on the swing trades for definitely, because you're holding that position for maybe a week or a month even. I think my longest position I ever had, that was 8 weeks, so like 2 months. 2 months, I can't remember. That was quite a long time ago. It was, I think it was a British pound against the Japanese yen, probably about 1.5 or 2 years ago. So that was one of the good trades. You just like build the position getting onto the retracement. Of course, there is a higher chance that it might not work out, but then when it does work out, it can get you like 2 or 3 months worth of what you normally earn on your return. So if you earn, I don't know, let's say like 1% or 5% every month, you might get you with that big swing trades, you might get you like 20 or 40 or 50% return within that month or 2 month time, depending how long is the trade. So that's generally you concentrate more on building. That's kind of like a next level. You don't do that on when you are just starting up, but once you progress into more professional trader, then you can starting to concentrate more. Okay, I know how to do this. So it's like easy for me to do it. Let's say if you have like 3 years trading experience, and now it's easy to get onto the trades, and you know what you're looking for, and then you want a bit more challenge, you're looking for that next level, then that could be that next level. So this for this euro against British pounds is still more developing, so I can see down potential. There's also the upside potential, but upside is a bit I want to see a bit more if it's still far away, so I want to see either break of these highs where the weekly pivot is at the moment. So I want to see a break. Then I'll be looking to maybe get onto the long side. But for now, it's more view is towards short side play. So this was the 4 currencies. Let's say if anyone asked anything. So no questions. That's just good or bad. That saves me. So this was the order for the currencies. I'm going to post that one in here. So New Zealand against US dollar, Euro against US dollar, USD Canada, and Euro against GBP. So this was the order. I'm going to update it. I'm going to put it the link, not the link, but I'm going to update the timelines on the pairs. So I'm going to write what timelines it was: New Zealand, US dollar, Euro against US dollar. So I'm going to write the time, so it will be easier for when the traders check like which currencies where you might be not interested into, let's say Euro dollar, but you might be interested into Euro against British pound. So it would be easier to just like click it rather than just watch this. It's already 37 minutes, so nearly going to the 14 minutes. Quite long 40 minutes video, so it will be easier to like just click and move to the your desired currency pairs. So I will be logging off for now, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a like. That really helps me to produce more content. And also I'm making these videos daily Forex analysis every Monday to Friday, 8 AM UK time, so you're more than welcome to join and you can ask questions. I generally analyze 4 currencies, but if you want any other currency, you can just leave it in the chat, and then when I check it, I will analyze that particular currency you are interested, or any other related trading questions. I also do weekly Forex analysis on weekends, and I also do another uploads, the video uploads on the about trading, mainly about psychology or how to improve your trading to go to the next level. So I'll be signing out, guys, and I will see you in a next video, which is tomorrow at 8 AM UK time. See you guys later. So it takes time before I sign out on that.